Hey everyone, Boston Blaisdale here. Hope you're doing well. I'm back on the Second Life YouTube channel today for Second Life University. For my next set of videos, we're going to be learning how to create a complete avatar mesh body. In this series of bite-sized tutorials, I'll be covering a range of different mesh heads and bodies that you can purchase. But today, we're focusing specifically on the Signature Gianni body. And I'll be walking through all of the steps for how to transform your avatar's body, and all of the functions that you can use to make it unique and interesting. So we're starting at the Signature store. Worth mentioning here that Signature have in fact released a newer body named Davis. I do have a video of that over on my YouTube channel, but Gianni is a little bit more well established. It currently has more clothing options available due to it being around a little bit longer. My strong recommendation as always is to try a demo of the body before committing to a particular one. It's something that's probably going to be with you for a while in Second Life, so you want to ensure that you're happy with it. Okay, so we've got our free system avatar here. You'll have one of these when you first start Second Life. As you can see, they don't have much detail, it needs a little bit of love. However, mesh bodies were introduced so that we can benefit from mesh builds, which have been created using 3D modeling tools, hence why we've got creators such as Signature who have designed their own bodies. What I'm doing right now is just removing as much as possible from what I'm currently wearing. Since we want to replace all of this, I'm in the Worn tab of my inventory and I'm just going to right-click the root of the folder and select Remove from Current Outfit. Some of these items can't be removed, they can only be replaced with something else, which we'll be doing shortly. So let's go ahead with unpacking the Signature Gianni box, which we purchased earlier. I'm just right-clicking the object, selecting Add. This will attach an Unpack HUD on my screen, and then I can click that to create a folder in my inventory which has all of the contents that we need. Before we start adding our body attachments, we need to apply an alpha mask. Why do we need an alpha mask? Well, the truth is that the system avatar never actually leaves us. It does have to remain there for our avatar to function correctly. But what we can do is use an alpha mask to make it completely transparent and then add our sparkling new mesh body over it. There are some alpha masks that are included in the folder, but since my avatar is going to be wearing a Lelutka mesh head with this Gianni body, I'm going to wear an alpha mask which is included with the Lelutka folder. This one is named Bomb Head and Body with Applier Eyes. On the most part, mesh bodies and heads are sold independently from each other, and residents generally mix and match them depending on their preference. I'll be doing a separate Second Life tutorial just focusing on heads. But now we've got our alpha mask on, we can go ahead with attaching the 4 items needed for the Signature Gianni body, including hands and feet. We're also adding this item known as a HUD. This is going to act as a controller for the body, allowing us to customize our avatar. With the Gianni body, you get some basic skins included, and these come in a range of different skin tones. But I'm actually going to start with a body skin by the creator Not Found, because I want this to blend with a face skin that I have, which is also by Not Found. So I can just go ahead with wearing this skin. My previous SL University video provided a bit more of a deeper dive on skins and understanding different layers, so just check that out if you need to. Regardless of which body or head that you have, you can always control the appearance and bone structure of your avatar's shape by modifying the shape sliders. In the Second Life viewer, just right-click your avatar and then click Shape. Then we have all of these sliders available to us within different categories to adjust our appearance, such as height, torso muscles, pec size, love handles, heaps of different options, and this is where you can have a lot of fun depending on the size and the look that you want for your avatar. But I've already created my own shape using the sliders, so I'm just going to go ahead with applying this to harmonize the head and the body. And the best thing about shapes is that you can create as many as you like, so I tend to create lots of different looks depending on the head and the body combination. But now we can dive deeper into some of the features which come included with the Gianni body. On the HUD, we can click the 3 lines here to show all of the menu options. First thing we're going to click on is the Shine and Colors tab. For most of these features to display on our avatar, we need to have advanced lighting checked in our graphics preferences. And this means that the texture property of the skin layer will reflect light and give us that shine effect. And with that enabled, we can use the skin effects on the HUD to adjust the glossiness and the intensity sliders. This HUD is very user friendly. I find that the menu options are intuitive and responsive. You can also use this menu to tint the skin. So let's say that I've been on vacation in Second Life and I wanted to show off a bit of a tan. We can use the HUD to do that by selecting a color on the grid or one of the presets that have been provided to us, and then just use the vertical slider to adjust the tone. We would of course need to do this separately for the head as well. But if we wanted to save the body tint, we can do that by clicking on one of the empty droplets on the second row, and then hit save, which will store it in the slot, and that's ready for reuse later. If ever you need to restore the tint to its default state, just click on the white droplet on the top row, which removes all effects for that option. If your avatar ever looks frightening like this, it's either because you're wearing the wrong alpha mask like I showed you earlier, or the bakes on mesh setting has been deactivated. So that can be quickly fixed by clicking on this button and then choosing the activate option, and that will go ahead and restore everything. Let's jump over to the hands and feet menu. Within this menu, we've got access to static poses up here, and then also animations below that. The right and left hand can be controlled independently. For example, if I wanted to have one relaxed and the other one stretchy, so you're more likely to use these for everyday usage, whereas the static ones would perhaps be used if you want to capture a snapshot. Next, we're going to add some clothing. Check out my How to Dress Your Avatar video in the Second Life University series if you need a bit of guidance on how to purchase and wear clothing. But the main thing to be aware of is that any items that you're buying need to be compatible with the mesh body that you have on. So in our case, we need to check that the advert states Signature Gianni on it. This is a vest and a shirt by the creator EK, who provide different versions depending on which body that you're wearing. Now, after putting on our clothing with the correct Gianni version, we may see parts of the mesh body clipping through. This creator already does some of the work for us by including an auto hide alpha. Just in case there isn't an auto hide alpha included with the clothing, we can manually fix it by using the alpha and layers menu, and then just hide parts of the body by clicking on the different sections. If you've got a particular outfit and you're finding that you always need to alpha out certain sections of the body, there's 13 slots where you can save the alpha configuration that you create. Just choose the slot, click save, and then in future you can use the apply button to load it up. If you're having any problems with scripts or animations, just go to your settings menu and then reset all scripts. This will return everything to the factory default, so only use this option if you're really stuck. You can also get a redelivery or an update to the body from this section here. And there's an in-depth user guide which has been published on the Signature website if you need support with how to use the features. After you finish using the HUD and you're traveling around Second Life, just make sure that you detach it from your screen to avoid it consuming any additional resource. All of the settings that you've applied using the HUD will still remain there after detaching. So those are some of the basics for getting your Gianni Mesh Body set up. Drop a comment below if the video was helpful. In my next Second Life University video, I'll be covering the Maitreya female mesh body, so look out for that. Until then, take care of yourselves and I will see you soon.